What do I need to start video editing? Very good question. There are a bunch of stuff out there that you could possibly sink a lot of money into, and I'm going to help you sort through all that stuff to hopefully make it a very profitable yet minimal investment. And second of all, I'm going to give you the one key trick that's going to help your editing in the long run and set you up for better edits. There's a lot of stuff that you could dive into, but let's put on the brakes and let's sort it out first. Computers, let's talk software. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do probably right now with what you've already got. So there's a free investment, but we'll go over the others just as well. And then I want to tell you the one quick trick that's going to help you smooth and tighten your video editing. That's going to make things so much easier and make you much more valuable when you start your editing. Let's go. Well, let's start out. What are you going to do your video editing on? You can obviously do your phone. You can obviously do a computer. Yes, your phone. There are tons and tons of apps out there, and that's not a bad place to get started simply because they're very simple. They're very basic. They've got some pretty nice features to them, so don't discount your phone. It's a great way to get started, not to mention chances are it's within arm's reach right now, and you don't even have to worry about making an investment. Now, a couple things you need to consider about your phone is getting the right software, app, whatever you're going to be using, because there are tons and tons and tons of them out there. What works best for you? What's going to be great for the type of videos that you're going to be shooting? Are you going to be doing like this, talking head type DIY explainer videos? Or are you going to be doing action shots and sports and activities and things like that? Different styles are going to require different types of editing software. And again, these are just apps that fit on your phone. You're not going to have this huge, massive app that does anything and everything. What they've done is they've condensed it all. And so when you do move on to the higher software, you're going to change your vocabulary a little bit. For example, in your phone, they call them filters. What you're doing is color correction. That color correction is some pretty beefy programming in an actual desktop computer or laptop computer. That's going to be some hardcore stuff, but you've already been exposed to it in your phone through filters. That little tiny nuance of a change with color and saturation and stuff like that, that's handled for you. And then when you come over to the software, it'll just be a different click to achieve the exact same results. Little things like that, you're going to notice a little bit of a difference, but on your phone, that's really a great place to start. When you move up to standalone software, whether you're going to do it on a laptop, or some of them even have it for an iPad, or if you're going to do a computer or a desktop or something like that, there are a few things to consider. Number one, there's a lot of free software out there. Some of them are really, really, really nice and very powerful. Some of them already come pre-installed on the computer the moment you buy it, whether it's PC or Mac, it's all right there ready to go. That's a nice little step up from your cell phone app as well. That's a great place to make that leap. Then, would you believe, there is some Hollywood caliber software out there that you can get for free. The one that pops into my mind, the one I use all the time, is DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve has got a free version. Yeah, it's missing a few bells and whistles, but especially when it comes to something like this. For talking head videos and explainer videos, it's perfect for what I need. Now, there's also a paid version, and that's a great segue into the paid versions. First of all, the DaVinci Resolve Studio version is a one-time payment. It's only $295, and you've got the full-blown DaVinci Resolve Studio version. A few more bells and whistles, a few more options, but when it comes to what I'm doing, I went ahead and bought it, but I don't use a lot of those extra bells and whistles. I use a couple, but not a lot of them. Now, there's a step beyond that in the paid realm, and that would be a monthly subscription. I also use Adobe Audition for all of my audio production. I've been using it for decades now. In fact, back when it was called Centrillium Cool Edit Pro. That's an old one. That was the standard program if you weren't using Pro Tools, between Pro Tools and Cool Edit Pro. Well, now it's grown up into Adobe Audition. That's a pretty powerful program as well. That is a monthly subscription. You can add Premiere Pro, that's their video version from Adobe. You match those two together and you've got a really powerful editing combination between Premiere Pro and Adobe Audition. And what's beautiful about that is because they both come from Adobe, they actually talk to each other. And they built it in such a way that you can flip back and forth from editing your video to going back to your audio, coming back to your video, going over to your audio, and going back and forth and bringing the two together in Premiere Pro. That's a subscription. Like I said, I want to say it's just $29.99 a month for only Adobe Audition, $59.99 a month when you include Premiere Pro. The Premiere Pro package is a little more expensive. One-time payment, and there are several other softwares that have a one-time payment, or a subscription, and then of course there are some free ones out there. This is helping you get a quick foundation of getting your feet under you to start your own business YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe down below. Don't miss these because we go over anything from podcasting to video editing to YouTube and your blog articles. You combine all those together with a little bit of our secret sauce, which we'll talk about later. A little bit of our secret sauce. You put all those together and you've got one heck of a marketing powerhouse for your business. So be sure to like and subscribe. Don't miss any of these. Now, I also promised you my #1 biggest hint secret to make your video editing more efficient, to make it tighter, to make it really sharp and crisp, and to save you a lot of time. And the best thing that you can do for your own editing experience is get in front of the camera and start filming, especially filming you. Now, this happens all the time when we get into, say, a recording session with, say, one of the top Fortune 500 companies, and they're doing something on Spotify or whatever, and we've got the voice talent in there. What ends up happening is when something goes wrong, they go, oh my gosh, oh, I'm sorry. Boy, I blew that, didn't I? And they just chatter for like 15 to 30 seconds talking about how they made their mistakes. We're here to record and we are on the clock. So when you take the moment to just and then pick up again, that's how you cover a mistake so you can do it in the editing process. Then you're golden. So when you finally get into the right habits, you'll be able to fly through your editing. The best way to edit is to find out where the mistakes are and how you can possibly cut around them, cut through them, bring them together, segue by them. How can you apply some tricks to make those jump cuts not look so jumpy? There are times when you want a jump cut to look jumpy, but there are times when you don't. So when you're making these mistakes and you've got to figure out how to cut them and do them right and cover up, say, your talent's flub or something like that, necessity is the mother of invention. You will teach yourself very quickly and very well. And then you'll notice your editing becomes a lot crisper, a lot cleaner, becomes better and tighter because now you know how to cover those mistakes, how to get past those mistakes, or how to incorporate those mistakes. That makes you a very, very valuable editor. Now, we talked about this quite a bit in the very first segment. Let's get you started. I have a guide to free editing software. The guide is free, and whichever software you choose is free. Does that make sense? It's a free guide. There's a link down below in the description. Whether you've got Mac or PC, I've compiled a list for you, give you some pros and cons about them. You decide what you want to use, but that should jumpstart your search and get you up and running very quickly. Get your free guide down below to free video editing software. Get yours down below. I'm Nick Natarella with AdWise Creative. Thank you for watching.